Welcome to the Cast and Camo podcast, where we talk about hunting, fishing, and all things outdoors. Grab your fishing rod, put on your favorite camo, or just sit back and enjoy this week's topic. Cast and Camo begins now.
Yo, 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 yo. What up, Eric?
Good evening, Todd. How are you?
I'm good. Hold on. I dropped my or accidentally pushed my candle. I like scented candles.
All right. Yeah.
And I accidentally nudged it off of my desk and it shattered. So I just found another piece of glass. So it was right before we started, so I didn't have time to vacuum. So I had to put some slippers on that have like a solid bottom. So I don't want to go to the ER tonight. So I don't want to cut my foot up. So after the show, I'm going to have to vacuum. Pam.
Well, good evening, chat.
Pam, get over here and vacuum for me. What's up, everybody? What's up, Bobcat, Buzzard, Walleye, Jeff?
Thank you, Bobcat, for the resub.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Leave Pam alone, Joker says. She busy at your house, Joker?
I just about spit out my pop. Dang on it.
Walleye, look the hats that we're sporting tonight. What's up, Brock?
Hey, Brock.
We're both sporting our walleye hats.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, look, but mine looks like I've actually worn it and did some work because I have sweat marks on my hat. That means I actually did stuff other than sit in my chair.
So that tells me that you only have one hat.
No, I wore it fishing. And it was hot. And I was sweating.
Now, I put mine right back here on the shelves and keep it nice and neat. And then when I go fishing, I take my junk hats.
Well, I wanted to support our friend Walleye. And I'm hoping maybe he's generous enough that I'll be able to get a second hat from him so I can wear this one fishing and then I can keep one on the shelf like you and wear it for when when I'm doing nothing.
Streaming.
Yeah.
When you're relaxing.
Like Buzzard says he keeps a hat on his junk. Must be a pretty small hat. But here all week, baby. Got the jokes. I got the jokes. All right, housekeeping.
Yes,
it's a beanie. That's called a condom, Buzzard. But you call it whatever you want.
I bet he doesn't have a pickle like mine.
See, your chroma key's on, man, because your pickle is even see-through. Make it dance. Make it dance.
Wait a minute. You want me to make it dance? All right. Make it dance, Vexus.
Make it dance.
All right. Make it dance, Vexus.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
All right.
Let me move it over here.
Pam, make us a sandwich.
Pam, make us a sandwich.
Oh,
Pam, make us a sandwich.
I like how you whispered that one so she wouldn't hear you. That was smart. And then you looked to make sure that she wasn't coming running. I like it.
Yeah, wow.
Smart man.
Look, she could hit me.
From
behind. Yes, it would hurt.
Well, she hits you from behind. I think there's another name for that. But we won't go into that. That's naughty.
Pam, come and fluff my pillow.
Thanks, Jay, for speaking the obvious.
Yeah.
Or not as obvious for everybody else. If you're wondering who the hell we're talking to, we are talking to our chat because we do our stream and our show every Sunday night live. So if you're watching us on YouTube later, cool, thank you. Subscribe, like, and comment. Descriptions in the below, links in the description, all the things that the YouTubers say. But check us out on Twitch if you want to be a part of the live broadcast and get in on the chat and be able to chitty chat with us. But if you're watching live and you happen to miss a show, you can always go to YouTube and check us out on YouTube, Cast and Camo TV on YouTube. You can also go to our website, www.castandcamotv.com. That also works. Right? Say yes. Why are you nodding? The people listening can't hear you nod.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Go to Cast and Camo right now.
Check out our merch.
Check out our merch.
Yeah. Let's talk about our sponsors. We are sponsored by Texas Select Seasonings. ! BBQ in our chat to get the link, and you can use in all caps Cast and Camo as your discount code to get 15% off, which is awesome. Sea-Ark Boats! Sea-Ark. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, all of these links are going to be in the description below. And of course, Deer 30. And I had an idea for Deer 30. I'm going to try to talk to Damon this week. I want him to get like a window, you know, those window decals that all the dudes put on the back of their truck. Like I used to have a BFRO decal on my back window of my truck, Bigfoot Research Organization. And then I sold that truck, and now I haven't had. Yes, Brock, it's a decal, not a decal. It's not a decal.
I want a Bigfoot research.
Well, you can probably order one. I just never reordered one.
Wait a minute. I want a Bigfoot, but I want a real one. I want one for a pet.
I don't think that's how it works. But if you get a Bigfoot for a pet, I want an orangutan.
What? Listen,
Monkey.
There's a woman from right here where I live that's seen Bigfoot.
Allegedly. I heard it was a sick Bigfoot, though.
It was sick. It only weighed 145 pounds.
That's not a Bigfoot. I heard you say that. It was 6'2" and 145 pounds. You know who that is?
Yes.
That's Buzzard.
Wait a minute. No, wait a second. I'm a little bit, I'm confused. Give me a second. Let me bring this up real quick. All right, so let me explain to you real quick.
Yeah.
We're going to get into this right now. It had patchy hair, and it mainly in patches on the shoulder and back. And it had a full tangled head of hair spreading around its neck and patches on its upper chest also.
Yeah.
There was no tail, and no hair in the genital area.
Why do we care about their genitals?
Because she was looking. This is from a female that witnessed this.
Of course it was.
Imagine
that. You know, we're always a piece of meat, Eric. Always a piece of meat. All the women, we're the first thing they look, right down to our genitals.
You could tell it was big bone structured, but the flesh was thin on its body, like it was unhealthy. The genital area looked like it had a rash and was being scratched on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's called jock itch. Does she not know anything? Well, Gold Bond will take care of that.
I'm not reading no more. Joker's going to get all worried here. So I'm gonna leave this alone. Leave it alone, Joker. I'm not going to talk about the red spots on the beast.
On the beast? Is that what you call the penis?
I don't know. She called it a beast. Wait a minute. Large clouds of warm air coming from its mouth.
To me, it sounds like Buzzard. Well, it was before Buzzard cut his hair off. Patchy hair all around the neck and face. It's probably right after his shower. That would be my guess.
I think we need to go cook out on our porch
and look for the Bigfoot.
Oh, we need to make like hamburgers, like stuffed burgers or something.
Oh, like Juicy Lucy's?
Yeah, Juicy Lucy's.
We should make Juicy Lucy's on stream on our deck.
We could.
You know what makes Juicy Lucy's really good? When you smoke them for 24 hours. If you smoke them for 24 hours, they're really good. We have gone off the rails already. We haven't even started.
Yeah, well, what's more important? Bigfoot's genitals or Juicy Lucy's?
Well, I mean, that's a trick question because they're both pretty important. Walleye's laughing. He knows what I'm talking about. Walleye gets it. It's a man I appreciate right there.
All right. Let's get away from Bigfoot. Let's get back to the show. This is important tonight.
Yeah. We're going to step away from Bigfoot's balls.
Yeah.
And red itchy nut sack that apparently has no hair. How can Bigfoot has to have hair on its genitals? That's impossible for it not to.
How do you not? I mean, have you ever went up and looked at a Bigfoot?
No, not yet. Hope to someday.
All right. Okay.
We'll get there. Well, last week, Eric, we talked bows and crossbows and all sorts of fun because it is hunting season is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a month. It's less than a month away for you. It's about a month away for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited. Although I got to tell you, so there's been a lot of rain up here all summer, and there's a lot of freaking water. And I am not excited about the mosquitoes that are going to be out in September and early October. Ew.
So when's your archery season come in?
September 14th.
Oh. See, that we're the first Saturday in September. I don't even want it to happen. I don't hunt until October. There is no way I'm going to go out there and deal with the bugs.
Yeah, but this is gonna be part of our conversation tonight because that does go into sense, at least in my eyes. So this week, everybody, we're gonna talk about sense, not common sense, because we know nobody in this world has that anymore. It's non-common. But before we get there, and I saw him in chat already, which is cool because he's, we'll learn a little bit. But we do have. I'm gonna switch over to our voicemails. We do have a call in. A live guest tonight, Eric.
No kidding.
Yeah.
We know his name.
It's Joker.
What?
It's Joker. Here, let's switch over to the call.
All right. Yep. Let's do it.
All right. So let's see. Let's get him dialed up. He's actually live, Eric. As you know, the Olympics have been going on for the last couple weeks. Closing ceremonies were today. And if you didn't know, Joker won a gold medal in this year's Paris Olympics. Did you know that?
No.
He won a gold medal for artistic fishing. Didn't even know that was a category, but apparently it is a category.
Well, I didn't know breakdancing was a category either.
Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. That's terrible. But at least we got artistic fishing in finally. I mean, it's Joker's specialty, so I'm glad that we were able to get that category. And then he represented the U.S. perfectly. Sorry, Brock. Sorry, Canada. He came in not second or third place. He didn't medal. in artistic fishing. But let's see if we can patch Joker in here. Joker, what's going on? Hey, buddy, congratulations on your gold medal in artistic fishing. How about that?
Hey there, guys. Thank you. It was a long, hard competition, and I just had to keep believing in myself. But I did it.
You did do it. Now, so thanks for joining us while you're still in Paris, I would assume. We'll get into that in a second, but thanks for joining us. Congratulations again on your medal. I would love to know what was going through your mind when you saw that fish and you knew it was going to be a gold medal fish, but you still had to pull off the catch and the artistic portion of the catch. What was going through your head?
After I peed my pants? Or before? After I peed my pants, I kept telling myself, get it in the net, get it in the net, get it in the net. Once I got it in the net, the first thing I wanted to do was shove it down everyone's throats. I knew I was taking home the gold medal.
That's the Joker that we all know and love. He has to shove it down everybody's throats as soon as he gets a great catch. You know, that's what makes Eric. That's what makes Joker special. That's what makes him different. So it sets him apart from everybody else. Is there's no humble in his pie. He's going to catch this fish, and then he's going to make sure that you know he caught that fish. You were with him prior to the Olympics starting. It was probably his practice round. Do you agree? He has no humble pie. He's catching fish.
But I'm going to tell you what. He is very good at netting. Very good.
Yeah,
and he can catch a fish in midair. Did you know that?
It doesn't surprise me. The athletic prowess that he has is second to none.
He also can duck a fishing line going 300 mile an hour to the left.
That's astonishing. But yeah, I mean, it was amazing to see Joker catch that fish. And even though, he wanted to shove it down everybody's throat, but once he got it, there's still two parts to the artistic fishing. First, you have to net the fish and catch the fish. Then you have to, Joker, you have to execute the artistic portion of the catch, which is really, it's never a guarantee.
True, but remember who you were talking to. I don't mess up. I nailed the artistic portion of the catch, and I am so proud to have fought off all of those other countries to take home the gold medal for the United States.
Yeah, that's great, buddy. Again, congratulations, and I forgot that you don't mess up. So I should have known once you had that fish in the net, you were going to nail the artistic portion of the catch. But again, congratulations. Actually, Eric, we have a clip of Joker's catch, the gold medal winning catch.
Really?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's watch this.
Yeah, let's watch it. There it is. I mean, some people would say twinkle toes. It's like twinkle toes. He's floating. He's almost floating. I looked it up. The difficulty level of this dance after you have net a mirror carp, it's like off the charts difficult. If you notice, he's still holding the rod in his hand while he's holding the net. That was an artistic level that had not been seen before in artistic fishing. This was something else.
Wait a minute. Am I seeing something different here? Are those pink socks he has on?
It might be.
Do you see the pink on his legs, or is that sunburn?
Oh, well, it's probably a spray tan. Does
he use spray tan?
That's the rumor. But if we break this down, and I don't have it available in slow motion, I was trying to hunt the slow motion version down, but NBC was holding on to the copyrighted rights to that video. But just, I mean, look at the flutter of the knees, and he's got when he's going from one foot to the next, Each foot is off the ground, which is, again, the level of difficulty of getting both feet off the ground while holding the net with the fish in the net and your rod still straight up and down. It's a first in Olympic history right there. It's amazing. He's the LeBron of fishing. He just floats, right?
Wow.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, Joker, we just played the clip. I have to assume we were just talking about. I'm sure you heard we were talking about the legs, and it looked like, I don't know. I know Ralph Lauren was or Polo or somebody was the kind of the whatever company that made all of the U.S. Outfits for the Olympics. I would assume it had something to do with that. But those legs are looking fantastic. Joker, we have to know, how long did you train to get ready for the artistic fishing in the Olympics this year?
Actually, never. I just put some spray tan on my legs. That's all.
There you go. He just put some spray tan on his legs. Kind of like I thought. It's that's quite the. You might want to look into a different brand of spray tan, Joker. It's that's something else. But congratulations, Joker. Congratulations on the gold medal. Thank you for representing the United States so elegantly in the Paris Olympics this year. Have a safe trip home. Take care of that gold medal, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Cool. Thanks again, guys. I'm going to go hang out with LeBron and Steph and the artistic swimming team now that the closing ceremony is done. See ya.
All right. See ya. There he goes. Off to hang out with LeBron and Steph and the artistic swimming team. He has some things in common. I'm guessing the artistic swimming team is probably going to try to recruit him for 2028 in Los Angeles. That would be my guess. He might be the new. I mean, the way he's floating, I'm watching this clip over and over. The way he's floating, he's probably suited to be the tumbler. When they throw the person out of the water and they do a bunch of twists and spins and then land gracefully into the water. I'm guessing that's what they're going to recruit him for. But great job, Joker. It's congratulations on that big win. All right, now let's go back to the show.
Wow.
That's
incredible.
That's a hard thing to follow, but it's a very proud moment for me knowing that I'm friends with Joker and I know somebody that did so well in the Olympics. That's very cool to see. Happy for him. All right. Moving on. So let's talk sense. SCENTS. We're talking deer sense. So my first question, Eric, to you is, does it matter? Does it matter? Does the scent, whether it's you or the scent that you put out into the woods or to trick the deer or whatever it might be, does it matter to the deer?
That's a hard. I mean, you'll have your pluses and minuses on it. There has been times that I've gone deer hunting that, you take your shower, you put you use your deer soap, your deer shampoo, your body deodorant for deer hunting that has no sense in it at all. And you go out and a deer whiffs you coming in. Start snorting, away it goes. And I've gone out and not done all that stuff, being in a hurry, and get there and shoot a deer. Have a deer walk right into me, coming from the wind direction. I don't know. You will have people that will swear 100% to it. Yeah, you don't want to go out there and put your scent all over the place. No, that ain't good. But I don't know. It's really a tough subject.
I asked that question purposely because it is kind of a trick question, because it does matter. And there are times, if we're going to just jump right into it, there are times when if you go into the woods and you're going to start putting your doe estrus out on little scent blocks or whatever.
Well, I was talking about body scent.
Yeah,
Not
true.
your deer scent.
True, but any scent, I think it's going to depend on, like you said, it's going to be depend on the wind. It's going to depend on the time of year or the time of the hunting season. Even though hunting starts in a month, there are different phases between September and the end of December or the end of November on those deer go through. And sometimes it's better than others for certain scents. But I go back and forth on it. I have a scent crusher, the closet. I don't have the bag. And many times I've thought, well, I have to put my clothes through the scent crusher before I go hunting. And I do. 99% of the time I do. But then I realize, like, well, then I got to get in my truck, throw my clothes in the truck, drive 50 minutes, then put it on. Is it really descented at that point? No, not really. There's always going to be a level of human scent, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah,
I mean, you can eliminate some of it.
What I don't understand, though, Todd, is I can go down there with a tractor, drive up and down the fields, get out of the tractor, and have deer standing 50, 60 yards from me.
Yeah.
And they don't run. I mean, now, if I walk over towards them, they're going to take off and run, just like anything. But I can go down there. They smell our scent. They smell human scent probably every other day in the woods.
Yep.
So it's not, I mean, all right, they're talking about smoking in the channel right now.
Yep.
All right. So I have shot deer smoking. I've had a cigarette right in my hand, and I just take it and put it in the limb and turn around and grab my bow and draw it back and shoot the deer. Now, why did that happen? That's an unusual smell to them deer, I think.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, so now they have these candles, and I use them in my blind. They're doe estrus candles that you can light, and they burn all the way down, and they make smoke, and that smoke carries through there. Has that ever made a difference in my deer hunting? I can't ever say that I've had a buck come up and like, here's their estrus. No, I haven't had that. So I don't know if it makes a difference or not. I mean, I use deer doe pee all the time. Tinks is what I use, 99.9%. And I've had deer actually come up and lick the wick hanging out of a tree. Put the wicks in the trees. Yep. I've had them come up and actually lick that. I've actually had deer come in like they were smelling that at a certain time. I've also had deer spook on it too at certain times of the year. So,
right. Yeah. And that going back to the smoking thing, like for years when we would go on rifle opener, the group that hunted across the little path in the state forest from us, the dad, it could be everybody, all between their party and our party, say it's 12 people. Nobody sees deer. His dad shoots a buck every year, and he smokes like a chimney in his stand every year. And then, of course, you got me, and I'm sitting there scratching my head going, I've got the scent crusher. I've got this. I've got that. I'm using this. I'm using these over here, and I don't even get to see any deer. And this sumbitch is smoking 3 packs of cigarettes in the day in his deer stand every year, and he shoots a buck. And it's intriguing to me. Is it helping? I'd probably not. I think it's as much happenstance with deer hunting as sometimes, especially when you're in a 60,000 acre state forest. It's other people are moving around. Sometimes those deer are just going to get pushed to you, and it doesn't matter really what you smell like or what you've got cooking. But smudge fires, like what you're talking about with that candle, old timers swear by smudge fires. I've heard so many stories from old timers that talk about starting a smudge fire and sitting there, and a big buck comes in all the time to those smudge fires. Am I going to try it? Probably not. Mostly because I don't want to smell like campfire. I don't want to smell like smoke when I'm leaving the woods all night. But it doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe. Do they smell that smoke and get intrigued and get brought in? Possibly.
These are just them long sticks. Like, I don't know. They burn different scents in your home and that. These are the same thing. But they smell like doe piss. Like, that's all. I mean, and it stinks to high heaven. You can really smell it when you light them. And I've had them the past 2 years in my blind on opening day. Now, if I didn't have them in there, I know I would still see the same deer.
Right.
It just, because the deer come out on the other side of the woods, like this year where I shot my deer across. Are them deer smelling it? No, I don't think any of them, because the wind was actually blowing into the woods on my side. So them deer over there never, ever smelled that. But I don't know.
So let me ask you this. Are you using that as an attractant, or are you using that as a retardant of your own smell?
No. When I go hunting, I do what everyone does. You know, I take my shower with my unscented soap. I use the unscented deodorant. You know, I got my boots on. I've got one of these ozone things that I use for my clothes. Is that needed? I don't think so. I didn't do that when I was younger, when I was 18, 19, 20, and I killed as many deer or more then than I do now.
Right. Yeah, growing up, we would, like a couple days before opener, we would go in, take out our tote that had all of our blaze orange in it, open it up, and it would smell the high hell of mothballs and everything else, and you'd go outside and you'd lay it out over the deck and you'd air it out for a few days and then you'd go hunting.
Right.
But you're right. I have my ozonator is right behind my green screen. It's right there. I tell you what, and we're not sponsored by Scent Crusher. I wish we were. That damn thing, those ozonators work. I mean, they work. You throw something in those, either the bag or the closet, and you run that thing for 20 minutes, it comes out smelling like fresh air. Oh, yeah. It's amazing. So I'm glad I have one, because I use it for more than just hunting clothes. I use it for everything. Yep. You know, when I was playing broomball, I would throw my broomball shit in there and just take the stank out. Those things work slick. But I've bought the non-scented deodorant, but I don't. I bought the non-scented body wash, but I just use my regular stuff before. I like to smell good. And if the deer doesn't like it, to hell with them. I'll find another deer that likes it.
I don't use my regular body deodorant that I use.
I do.
I don't. I think I think you are putting a lot more of a different scent out there with that. But I mean, like I said, does it matter? Does it change your hunting abilities? It just, my scent locker that I have one that zips up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's the box. You pull it up. You can have it zipped up. And I keep it in the truck too. I take it down there with me because it's laying in the back of my truck with my clothes and boots all in it. Then I get down there and I put all my stuff on at the farm. Now, is that making a difference? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I really don't know.
Because the way I look at it, like I said earlier, it's no matter what steps you take, you're always going to have some sort of, I mean, humans are exuding some sort of a scent 24 hours a day, whether you're clean or not clean. After you take a shower, within 5 minutes, you're giving off some sort of a human scent. You can't get away from it. But does it diminish the scent? Possibly. And could that help? Possibly. Right? But you should be hunting the wind, right? So the way I look at it sometimes is go put some cologne on. Does it matter? If you're hunting the wind, if the wind is going, if you're facing the wind, does it really matter? Now I'm saying that as the extreme. Obviously, I'm not going to go throw a bunch of cologne on and go deer hunting because it's not going to help you, right? It's not going to help.
Well, I used to hunt when I lived up in the mountains. I hunted an apple orchard, the edge of an apple orchard, and my God, the apple smell. I guess if you had any kind of scent cover, that apple orchard was amazing because you'd go in there and that's all you would smell is that apple orchard. Yeah. And I don't know how, and I still had deer that would come up on the wind side and blow on you. They just start. So I think it's just that human scent smell. And I don't care if we have nothing, we use everything we can. I still think the deer are going to smell you.
I agree. I don't
think any way of covering up human scent. There's one thing that will work. And I know this for a fact because we used it in the Fish and Game, and that was for black bears when we introduced a cub with a different mother. There's only one thing to get rid of all scent, and that's Vic Sav.
No shit.
That's the only thing that'll get rid of human scent or any other bear scent. Because if we take a cub bear and enter it with another mother without touching it, touching it with human scent, or it's smelling, it's not its baby, it'll kill it that quick, instantly. It's dead. She will kill it. But if you take Vic Sav and rub all over that cub and rub all over her nose, she'll never kill it. She adopts it because she thinks it's one of hers. She's afraid to kill any of them because she's afraid that she's going to kill hers.
Dang.
I mean, that's a proven fact that Vic Sav is the only thing that'll get rid of all scent.
I like to take my Vicks Vapor Rub.
Let's not go there.
No, whoa. No, this works. It's probably not exclamation point warning. We don't condone the words that are about to come out of my mouth, but you take that Vicks Vapor Rub and you put like a tablespoon in a boiling pot of water and you kind of mix it up. And then if your sinuses, if you're stuffed up, and then you take a towel and you put it over your head and then you put your head over the pot.
Yep.
Oh, that works. That works like a charm.
My mother used to do that a lot. Yep.
Guessing it's not recommended by our health administration, but it works.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like peanut butter. You take peanut butter, spoonful of peanut butter takes your hiccups away. Why? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you it works.
Well, it's talking about the deer scents. Let's go back to tinks and all the different scents they have out there. The only one I can actually say out of my whole hunting career, I think I've had 2 deer that actually tracked me coming in, followed my track with their head on the ground smelling when I put it on the bottom of my shoe and then come in and hung a droplet on a tree limb twice, and that was in the major full rut. Any other time, they just didn't seem to mess with it. I would see deer cross over that, bucks cross over it, and even smell at the ground and not even react to it and just keep going. But the 2 times, it's like grunting. If you go out with a grunt tube and grunt at the wrong time, you will chase that deer away. Yep. I guarantee you're going to chase it away. Yep. And if it's at the right time, they'll turn and maybe run you right over, coming in on you. But that's the thing. You got to know when to rattle, when to grunt, and maybe it's the same way with all the scents putting on the ground for deer to come in. You use it at the wrong time, you could maybe turn a deer the opposite way. They know when the rut season's in. And if they're smelling it way ahead of time or way after, they're going to be like, what the hell's going on?
Yep. Nope. I absolutely agree. Yeah. I remember when I was streaming last year, my bow hunting, and people would ask all the time, "Are you going to rattle? Are you going to do this?" It's like, no, man. It's September. It's early October. It's too early for any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Really, mid October really is the earliest you should start doing some of those things. Depending on your location. Every rut comes in slightly different wherever you're at.
I think no matter where you are in the northern United States or even in the southern part, you're looking from mid-October to the second week of November, mostly. You got that month span for almost all the states.
So going back to mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever use a Thermacell?
I have. Now,
do you think the deer can smell the Thermacell?
Oh, I definitely can. I can smell it.
Correct.
Why wouldn't a deer smell it?
Right. If you can smell it, they can smell it.
Oh, they can smell human. Can you smell human scent? I mean, listen, if you're out in the woods, walking in the woods, and there was a hunter in a tree stand, would you be able to smell that human scent?
No.
Like a deer can? No.
No.
So you know damn well if you can smell something, they can smell it 10 times stronger.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's estimated that their sense of smell is 1,000 times stronger than ours,
Yes.
which is a lot. They can smell everything, man.
Yeah. That's like they talk about the lip curl. When they can taste doe urine, they can tell whether that doe's an estrus or not. I mean, like if you do any studying on it, that is probably the one thing that they talk about, the lip curl and all that stuff when you get into it, that I don't know. I think you better be familiar, not be the 1 or 2 day a week hunter or 1 day a week hunter and go out and think you're going to go out and rattle in a buck. That may happen. And it may be by accident. You pick just that right time, but if you're going to get involved in that, you better be out there hunting every day and understanding where them deer are and when they're coming into rut and when the best time is to start rattling and grunting and using scents.
So riddle me this. I'm going to throw this at you. Is hunting every day, speaking of scents, is that a smart idea? Because the more you're in that woods, the more your scent is in there. Even if you switch spots, if you're moving to different spots, now depending on how far you're going from different spots, like if you're on a 40-acre parcel of hunting land, and you're going to, so let's just say you have 4 different stands set up. If you're switching stands, all 4 stands, but you're going into those woods every single day, my feeling is that you're hindering your hunt as the more you're out there.
No.
You don't think so? Okay.
No. Now, here's one of the things I do, and I don't know if some of these guys in here do it or not, but when I have my tree stand or my blind, I make sure I move the sticks off the trail so I'm not snapping them. Way before deer season comes in, I make sure I don't have high brush right where I'm walking. I'll make sure I've got a trail where I'm not rubbing up against the trees or the brush and that leaving my scent. So what are you dealing with? You're dealing with your boots. So if your boots are outside, most of the time in the back of your truck or in that scent locker or whatever, and then you spray your supposedly odor killer on them we all spend $12 for a freaking bottle every year.
Yep.
Which is stupid. And it's a cover scent to get rid of human scent. We spray all that on. So we shouldn't even be leaving anything going in. The only thing you're touching is your tree stand when you're going up your tree stand, basically, correct? I mean,
yes. For me, yes, because I'm walking in in a field, but like you're saying, I'm not brushing up against anything. It's wide open.
Right. But that's why I say I have seen deer come in to places where it's thick, and I've walked in past tree limbs, and have them stop and start like looking around. Like, how the hell did you know I was here? And you know that they picked up a scent somewhere, even if the scent's blowing another way. They picked up a scent off of a tree limb or something like that, and then they get antsy, and then they start stomping their foot or whatever, you know, and they know something's out of the normal, and maybe they'll back off from you then. I don't know. I've hunted long enough that I try to make sure my trail is clear going into the woods, that I'm not brushing up against a bunch of stuff going in there to hunt. And I hunt the edge of a field a lot of times too in a blind, which makes it a lot easier because then I can just walk right down the corn row or the soybean. This year it'll be soybeans. But hell, I may not even get to hunt until end of October this year by the time we get our soybeans out, since we didn't plant till June 21st.
That's right. Yeah, but you can still hunt the soybeans.
Our soybeans are 4 foot high. You can't hunt the soybeans.
Your deer are 6 feet tall.
No, all you see is like right here, up. It makes it. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, I've got hundreds of pictures of deer standing in our soybeans, and all you can see is like their ears and their antlers sticking out of the soybeans.
That's all you need to see. There's antlers, shoot.
What are you going to shoot at?
Just aim lower to the right or to the left. Find the antlers and go at a 45-degree angle.
First of all,
I'm kidding.
Deer 30 supposed to be sending us our seed. Where the heck is it at?
I don't know, man. You live by them. Go stop in and see them. Knock on their door.
Well, I've called him a couple of times, and he was going to call me right back, and never heard back. So yeah,
go figure.
I guess I'm going to have to call him and tell him that's it.
Yeah. That's it. We're going over to Deer O'Clock. We're gonna get sponsored by Deer O'Clock.
Deer O'Clock.
Yeah, they sent us some seeds and some hats finally, and we don't need Deer 30 anymore.
Well, isn't Joker related to Tinks?
I don't know. Are they Polish? Stinks made in Poland?
Not Stinks. Tinks.
Yeah, Tinks. That's what I said. Tinks.
I thought you called him Stinks.
No, I would never call Joker stinky.
I know he has blue underwear.
That's right. Yeah. So when I'm using like I think it's Buck Bomb or something like that. I forget
Yes.
who is that. Maybe that is the manufacturer of it. I like the acorn spray. I like the apple spray, and it's more just to cover. It's not. I'm not using it to attract. Really, it's more to cover my scent. So I don't know.
So why are you taking a shower using deodorant if you're trying to cover your scent then?
Well, I don't. What? I can't take a shower?
No. You said you take a shower and you still use your deodorant in that. Now you're telling me you're using a cover scent to cover up your human scent. What? That doesn't make sense to me.
No. So let me clarify. I was playing devil's advocate a bit, being on the side that does it really matter if you do all of those things, or could you just take a shower with your normal stuff? If I'm going to take a shower before I'm going out hunting, I'm not using anything. I'm just showering.
So you don't even use the non-deodorant, non-smell deodorant.
I have some. I just never use the deodorant, because to me, if you're using anything that you put on your body is going to have some sort of a scent. right? Even
they
if it's
claim,
non-scented.
they claim that it's non-scented.
I know.
Quote.
I know. I still think there's some sort of a scent there. So to me, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. I would rather just do what I normally do and then use cover scents. And when I get up into my stand, I probably do this all wrong. I claim to not be an expert. Brantley, could we please just chill out, please? I lost my train of thought. I would rather do what I do, whether it's right or wrong. And it's going into my stand and I take my buck bomb, whether it's acorn or apples, and I'm spraying, depending on the wind, I'm spraying the branches around me, whatever it might be, or before I get up into my stand, I'm kind of spraying around, not crazy amounts, just enough that it's going to provide a little bit of a barrier or a little bit of a cover for my scent, right? I've never had good luck with attractants as far as scents go. I've never had great luck. In the long term, I've had good luck. Like you were saying, you put those little things up in the trees on the branches or whatever. You know, after a couple of weeks during the rut, you come back, you've got scrapes, you've got rubs around that area that you've put that estrus up.
Right.
That I've had luck with, but to just use some sort of a special scent to bring deer in, I've never had good luck.
All right, so let me ask you one thing. Have you ever used them little tubes that you turn upside down with a deer fawn bleat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are doe hunting, like right now, when your deer season comes in, now I've had very good success with this, and it's the only reason I'm bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Our season comes in the first Saturday of September.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to use that, I will use that the first couple weeks here. And I'm telling you, you will have does almost run you over coming in on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're babies. Well,
yeah,
they're still fawns at that time.
Why they're coming in is because I think their fawns are still young enough that they're still really kind of keeping an eye out for them. And you have the coyotes out there. You have all that can attack them. But soon as you do that, my God, I've had does, 2 or 3 does come into me, like instantly. They're like on top of you right now. But I've noticed when it gets October, the end of October, when it's getting close to the rut, you use that, you'll have a doe run away from you.
Right.
Just take off and get away from you completely.
Yeah. Use it during the wrong times, and it's gonna have the opposite effect of what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we can agree you don't want to necessarily spray yourself with Repel to keep the mosquitoes away. So you're either stuck with mosquitoes, but so here's my argument with the Thermacells. Not everybody uses the Thermacell, right?
No.
So
my son uses a spray with DEET. And I know that smells bad.
Well, of course, it's awful.
I mean, that stuff's horrible.
Yeah. But even though there is a scent with the Thermacell, and we can smell it, so we know the deer can smell it.
Sure.
I don't think they have associated that smell with any sort of danger yet, because not everybody uses a Thermacell. Not everybody has a Thermacell, and not everybody's bringing it out into the woods. So that smell, it's just a smell. I don't think they have correlated that smell to humans or that smell to any sort of danger.
Well, overall, let's look at coyotes. Coyotes, I have tons of coyotes here. Yep. They're in the woods all the time.
Yep.
That smell should run the deer away for miles. But we still have the deer here. We still got tons of deer.
That's
and I'm still shooting. And that's why I was talking about us down there on the tractors and getting off the track and walking around the tractors, fixing stuff. And we got deer 50 yards away from. They don't sense us as danger then.
No.
The only time I think they just use that ability for a coyote, something that's close. I think they can tell that range that it's very close to them and they should be getting away from it. Now, I'm not saying a deer probably can pick up human scent in a coyote a half a mile away, but they know that maybe that smell is not as strong and they know it's a lot further away, so they don't react to it. Because I've hunted out of my stand and wind's blowing right into the woods where I'm watching for deer to come out. And 100 yards down from me, the deer are coming out instead of coming out down where I'm at. So they are being avoided by that smell. They're just coming out a little bit further down than what they normally do. So I don't know. There's scents, and all wild animals go by scent. A black bear got the poorest eyesight in the world, but their scent is 10 times better than any other animal out there. And if they smell you, buddy, they're gone. Deer, you know, the only thing that doesn't use the scents are most of your birds. Your turkey, but their eyesight's their ball game. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's hard for me to get into that because it's a hard subject to even talk about, because I don't think we really know how much, and I know I can get an argument picked immediately on deer eyesight, whether they see color or whether they see gray, whether they see, you know, just, I don't know. And I don't think anyone has proved 100% what deer can actually see.
I don't
now
know.
They claim that they say that UV is like a bright spot to them, like a white spot. If your clothes are not washed in that UV. But I think it's also companies trying to make money. How do we know?
Yep.
You know, if I told you every day, Vexus, if you wear camouflage, you're going to scare every deer away, and I've got a bright orange shirt for you to wear that's going to bring every deer into you. We would have someone in this channel that would be buying bright orange and putting it on and swearing by it.
Yep, absolutely. I don't disagree at all. I mean, it's scare tactic selling. The United States' economy is built on, everything is built in the United States on scare tactic. The weather, the news, everything is scare you into buying stuff or not buying stuff or certain things.
I just know that I used to work with a lot of biologists for deer, turkey, bear, all the animals, and them guys used to tell me there's no way we're going to be able to tell until we can look through the eyeball of that deer. And that ain't going to happen.
Joker. I'm gonna read that whole thing. That's way too much. That's way too much reading. I haven't read a book in years. Not gonna start tonight. So, okay, Eric. Do you pee off of your stand?
Oh.
How far away is good for you to pee when you're by your stand?
Right at my stand. In a jug.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
I have one of them. I have one of the hospital jugs.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Though, I mean, why? Look, I mean, it should tell you already. Deer can tell pee. I mean, that's how they find their doe that's in rut. So why would you pee even close to your area?
Does it but that's the question. Does it matter?
Oh, I think that definitely, any kind of like human, like spitting, any kind of fluids, I think are really, really noticeable by animals.
Oh, see, and for the longest time when I was chewing, I chewed apple skull, and in my head, because logically I said to myself, deer like apples. So if you use apple chew and you're spitting your apple chew spit around your stand, they're going to smell the apples and they're going to come. Logically, it made sense. And I'll tell you, I shot plenty of deer. And then I had years where I didn't see any. So I always go back to, does it really matter that much? I don't know.
Well, all right. So, Jay, let me ask you, the detergent in your scent. So when I buy detergent for my clothes, it is actually a deer UV scent treatment that I wash my clothes in. All right. But that ain't it. Then I take it out and put it in my scent locker, and I have it in there for like 24 hours. So is there soap scent in your clothes? Yeah, if you're using regular Tide or whatever, I think you definitely do. But I can tell you, the only thing I can smell is that ozone. Have you ever smelled it?
Oh, it's so good. I love it so much. I love it.
So does the deer smell that ozone? I'm sure they do, but
I mean, allegedly, all it is, it's oxygenated cells getting put into replacing the scent smell or the scent cells in whatever item it is in that the scent crusher closet. I think we probably have the exact same closet or the bag, and there's a bunch of them, but it smells like fresh air. So can they smell the ozone? Sure, because they smell air every day. Air does have a scent.
So have you bought the ozone treatment for your truck that plugs in your cigarette lighter yet?
No.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I should.
I go out and start my truck, put that unit in the cigarette lighter, plus I put the box in the back of the truck with the ozone still running. And when I go out and get in the truck in 15 minutes to go deer hunting, it's supposed to keep my clothes, supposedly, from having any scent in my seats. It's supposed to clean that all out. So then I drive down to and I've gone through what everyone talks about. Has it made a difference in my deer hunting? I can tell you right now, I don't think it's made one bit of difference.
That's because you're just an all-star hunter, though.
No, I'm just saying from back when I was 18 to 30, when this wasn't a big issue or a big talk about, I killed as many deer then as I doing now. So what?
I would actually go on the record and say boldly that I have killed more deer prior to me getting all these gadgets than after. I have. If I think back over the 30 years of my hunting, I've killed way more deer between 12 years old and 30 years old as I did from 30 to now.
I mean, yeah, but I could say the same thing. But if we would have had all these gadgets back then and not used them, would we have killed as many deer too?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we would have too. I mean, it just, I don't care what you do. Every time you bring up the internet and put in hunting, every year there's something new coming out, a new camouflage that's supposed to make, I mean, how many of you watched the outdoors channels where they're showing the guys in the tree stands and saying, can you see the hunter in that tree? Our camo is the best in the world. It makes you invisible. And finally the guy moves out of the tree line so you can see him, you know. I don't know. I think what you're wearing right now can kill as many deer as what I'm wearing. I don't think that really matters.
No.
And if it is the UV that deer are using, then no color would matter then. It's just your UV. And does it help to put all your makeup on? All the black streaks on your face, the green streaks, does that help at all? And I'm going to
answer that. I'm going to answer that question.
Go ahead.
When I go golfing,
you wear
my
the
golf
black
shoes.
streaks.
Sometimes. you gotta hide from all the cougars. The animals, just to be clear. But when I go golfing, I put on cool golf shorts, golf shoes, my fancy golf glove, my golf hat, my golf vest. Why? Does it make me a better golfer? No, absolutely not. I'm terrible. But I look like a golfer. When I go fishing, I wear my fishing stuff. Does it help me catch fish? No, but it makes me look and feel like I'm a fisherman.
Yeah, but did you see me with my golfing stuff on last night? I crushed it. I crushed it. I had muscles.
That's not what I heard.
No, then someone lied to you because I was great. The people must have had their eyes closed.
I guess.
Don't believe everything you hear.
I don't know. See, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know if it helps to put the black face paint on or not. Does it hurt? No. So I do it. So I put it on because it's not going to hurt anything if your face is black or streaks and camouflage. It's not going to hurt anything. But if your face is bright white and everything else is camouflage, could they pick that out? Maybe. I don't know. So if I don't know, I'm going to err on the side of caution, which means I'm putting black shit on my face.
The only reason you use black streaks in that is to break up your facial outline.
Right.
All right. It's not to hide you from the deer. It's just to break out. It's to break the outline of your face out.
Yeah, which then equates to hiding from the deer. Gotcha.
Listen, why don't you just get between two trees and hide? And then you could just peek out once in a while.
Well, I don't have to do that because I go up into a stand.
Yeah. Well, all right. So in that stand, has a deer ever looked up at you in a tree?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because it smelled me.
You sure?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a deer look up at a squirrel? Or a raccoon going up a tree?
Well, no, because they're used to that. Or it saw me moving, and it's a stranger danger movement. They know what a squirrel looks like running through a tree, but when they see a big arm or a head turning,
well, I've seen hawks fly into a tree and a deer turn and look right up at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that they're looking for danger. But I think they're like me and you. If we're out walking around and you catch something out of the corner of your eye, you're going to turn and look.
Correct.
And
or hear something.
Most of the time, we'll just say the deer don't smell you and it turns and looks up in the tree. Most of the time, it could be just you barely moving with the bow.
Yeah.
And I think their eyesight is good enough that they can catch that little bit of movement with no wind. And realize...
Yes. Yeah.
And realize there's something. Now, if there's a bunch of wind, I don't think it would matter.
I want to go back to Jay's comment because I think you read it incorrectly. The question was, if you're in the woods every day, does the deer get used to your scent? I think you read it as detergent, but I think he was missing a space. So does the deer get used to your scent? I say no. I say no. I personally don't think they get used to your scent. Like we were saying earlier, Eric made the comment, they smell humans every day. Where my hunting area is, it's a family campground. There's people there and a farm. There's people there every single day surrounding the woods. There's farms. There people are everywhere. So I don't think they get used to your scent. I think, well, I take it back. I should say, I think they get used to your scent, but they understand what your scent is. And they understand, in my opinion, which is just that, an opinion, they equate that scent, depending on the situation and the surroundings and the other circumstances, with danger.
And I think deer season, when rifle season opens, I think they get used to that human scent with them gunshots being shot too. Yeah, I really do. I mean, they're like, now where I live here, the first day of deer season, if I hear a shot, it's usually me or Ryan.
Mhm.
Once in a while, I'll hear a shot way, way off, but it's no one around us, and I don't think the deer are really. Our deer are not hunting. It's like I'm archery hunting all the time in our rifle season here.
Jay's asking if the deer can smell the gun oils that spook them. Anything that has a scent, the deer can smell. It's a matter of, does it deter them? But they're inquisitive. Also, I mean, that's why one of the reasons the old timers swear by smudge fires. That smoke, that smell intrigues them, and they come to inquire on what that smell is.
Yeah, but all right. So, Jay, where you live, I don't know if you have as much, but if you went over to Warren County, you would be getting into it. We have a lot of oil wells right here. And the oil smell, the gas smells off of them wells is unbelievable. There's times that I'm sitting in my stand and I can smell the oil wells.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing.
There's lots of oil wells here. So does oil matter? I don't know. I think they're just used to that smell of oil down there. Now, is gun oil a different oil smell than crude oil? Yeah, maybe, but I don't think it really matters.
To me, that's like when you say you can smell those oil wells. To me, that would be a welcomed thing, because those. Well, I'm sure it smells like ass. I'm not saying it smells good, but to me, that's cover scent. The deer are used to that scent being around, and if your scent is mixing in with that scent, maybe it helps.
Oh, but that's what I said about the apple trees too, hunting apple orchards.
Yeah,
I think it does help, but still, I had deer blow on you that come in and smell you, and you would think with all that smell in there, look at your dog. Take your dog for a ride. Roll down the window of your car and go from the city to the country and watch the different reaction of that dog with that window. He's going to be smelling stuff that he never ever smelled before, or she, you know, and they get really excited over smelling out in the country versus the city and that.
Well, yeah, I mean, who doesn't get excited over the smell?
They process so many different smells. I can't even imagine if our scent, our nostrils were so strong that we could differentiate all different smells that are out there. That would probably drive you nuts.
Oh, yeah, it would be awful.
Yeah.
That would be. Ugh.
And
Can
that's how
having
the
to smell
deer.
pickles every day?
Oh, yuck. God, yeah. No.
Gross.
No. Look, that's horrible.
Ugh. 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 I got a burger today. Of course, it came with two little those sliced up pickles. And
on the burger or off the burger?
On the plate.
Okay.
Which is okay. But then as soon as you take the pickles off the plate, now you got the pickle juice that you got to take care of. So now you got to go get 3 fucking napkins and go wipe up the entire plate and get all that stupid pickle juice off that plate. Because you can't have that pickle juice tainting your French fries or the bun for your burger. Because then all you taste is the damn pickles.
Right. Yeah, I can't even have a burger that had pickles on it. If it touches that burger or that bun, it's over with. I'm not eating it.
Yeah, pickles are nasty.
Yeah, they should make them illegal.
I'm glad that there's not like I'm glad deer don't like pickles. Because if they had some sort of, although the pickle craze that's going on in this country right now, in this world, somebody's probably going to come out with some sort of a pickle scent for deer. And I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to boycott it.
McDonald's pickle scent deer juice.
Oh.
Yeah, and we just talked about the cigarettes there, Ozzy, a little bit ago. The cigarette smell, I don't know. I've shot deer with cigarettes, smoking a cigarette. I've shot several of them.
I'm going to be honest. most of the deer that I am around, or the people that I'm around hunting with,
Smoke.
are either smoking in the stand
Yeah.
or right
Yeah.
before they get in the stand or all night. Like, I'm
How about the
convinced cigarettes don't matter.
what do you think about the vapes? You know, I mean, I can smell Rachel's when she comes in. I don't know how long that lasts
I don't
because
either.
then the smell's gone in the house. Like
Yeah.
2 minutes after she blows it, it's not like a cigarette smell in
Yeah.
your house.
But that's
You know,
for us, it's gone. But is it gone
Yeah.
for the deer?
I don't know.
Well, now going back to peeing by your stand, how long does that scent stay there? I have no idea.
Well, I think it would stay there for a good while, at least.
Well, define a good while. Like if I'm at the end of my night and I'm getting
I
down
bet
at
that
dusk.
smells there for 24, 48 hours at least.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's going to go into the soil,
I
correct?
suppose, yeah. I guess.
I mean, if a deer, here's the thing, when a buck is in rut and a doe comes in and pees on a scrape,
Yep.
she leaves.
Yep.
They claim that it could be 24, 48 hours before that buck comes around to check that again, and he can trail her right to her
Yeah, that's true.
from that. So you know it's going to last at least that 24, 48 hours or maybe longer. I don't know.
All right, well, let's talk about something that's sensitive. Because we've all been there. And anybody that deer hunts and hunts out of a stand, if they ever tell you that's never happened to them, they're lying. Lying. We've all had those emergencies. Right? Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
And sometimes you can get 20 yards away from your stand. Sometimes you can get 50 yards away from your stand. But at some point, that emergency has to be taken care of, or you're in a world of hurt. Do you take time to dig a hole and bury it? Do you bury it after? Like, if you're too close, as you're like, fuck it, my hunt is ruined now.
well, number one, you don't eat before you go deer hunting.
Okay.
Todd.
Okay. When
All
you're
right?
on a hunting trip for a week, you got to eat at some point.
Well, yeah, but you eat after you come back from deer hunting. You never eat before you go out in the woods because you're just asking to get in that trouble.
I'm just saying sometimes if you're drinking Windsor the night before,
All right. Now you didn't say that. Now
I'm
that's
just saying.
you're causing that yourself. What I'm saying is when I go on a hunting trip, that has never happened to me. I mean, I've never. Now, if I would be drinking wine or whiskey or whatever the night before, anything can happen then. But I don't drink, so I really don't. You know, I have a drink once in a blue moon, but I don't drink to get intoxicated or
well, I
to
don't either.
where I'm gonna shit my pants out in the middle of the woods. You know,
I'm just saying sometimes you have
No,
a bear
I-
brat and it doesn't sit well in your tum tum.
I've not had that happen. What you said. Now I've hunted all my life.
just says last night.
I've hunted all my life, and I haven't had that issue. Now peeing, yeah, you got. So I mean, you could take a portage on with you.
Do you carry toilet paper in your bag when you go
Yes,
to
I
your deer
do.
stand? Okay, so just in case.
Well, it's not toilet paper. I carry. If I got a deer, I mean, I need the paper towels, or you know, that's pretty much it. But I do have it there in case I had to go, just as
You're
an
gonna wipe
emergency.
Are you really? Oh, did I lose? Did I drop out again?
You're froze.
This-
I'm not.
all right.
Yeah, you're completely froze.
But you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. But you're
How about now?
froze.
My back.
Wait a minute. I gotta wait for it. Yeah, you're back.
Back. Video Ninja at it again. It's awesome.
Oh.
I'm gonna buy you some toilet paper to bring with you into the deer stand. I am not gonna let my friend find himself in a situation where he has an emergency and you're going to use paper towels to wipe your ass.
Yep. But you got to get the expensive paper towels that are soft, like a Charmin toilet paper.
10-ply. You're 10-ply, bud.
Now listen.
I'm worried about your backside. That's all. I'm as a friend, I'm worried about your backside.
You are not one worried about my backside.
Yeah. I don't want you using those rough paper towels on your bum. Do you not Charmin commercials? Do you see the dad when he comes out of the bathroom and hasn't used the good Charmin? Like, he's in a world of hurt.
Well, there's some people that use tree bark. They're usually the Olympians for the Olympics 2024.
60 grit. If you're using 60 grit to wipe your ass, you got other problems. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I mean, it all goes together. It's this.
I have not had that problem. Swear to God, I've never had that problem when I'm deer hunting.
I envy you.
I just don't eat before I go deer hunting. After I don't have any lunch. I get up in the morning, drink my coffee, maybe have something to eat, and then I don't eat until usually, like, when I'm staying at home, noon. But if I'm going deer hunting at 2:00 in the afternoon, no, then I'm not eating at all until I get home from hunting.
That's how I am with airplanes. I don't eat before a flight because over my dead body, am I getting up out of my seat and going to that tiny little bathroom? Ain't happening.
Well, you're worried that it's going to suck you through that hole and out there.
Look, don't you ever use the word suck me through a hole. That's just not fair. You know that piques my interest. Anyway, scent is a scent is a scent is a scent. That's the bottom line. I don't think we've uncovered any world-changing thoughts tonight, but to me, it's a fun conversation to have, to say, does this matter? Does it not matter? But I think, Eric, I do think you hit on it. Like, one of the factors, it's marketing.
Yes.
They're trying to sell you things. Does it actually help? They're absolutely going to tell you that it helps because they're trying to make money. They're trying to sell you a product.
Yep.
That doesn't always mean that it actually works. Now, again, like the ozonators, the scent crusher closets, absolutely those things work. They take bad scent out of things. Does it make your hunting experience better? Maybe. Thanks, Kelly. Love you. Appreciate the resub. It's an interesting topic, but I don't know that I have any other wise items to talk about as far as scents.
We talked about deer calls a little bit. We talked about the deer scents. We talked about body scents. What spray do you use to cover body scent before you go in the wood? What are you using?
It's the yellowish, orange, and white. I don't know. I don't think it's. I mean, I had a bottle of Tinks. Tinks bottles are so much smaller.
No. I'm talking about cover scent that you spray over your boots and your clothing when you get out of the truck. Not Tinks. Tinks is going to be your deer.
I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name of it. But you're right. It's, I don't know, 10, 12, $15 a bottle or more if you get a big bottle.
That's what I was just trying to look up. There is, let me see real quick. No, I don't want that. Why isn't it? So they come out with a new one that I just seen the other day in the store. $24.99 for a 10-ounce bottle.
10 ounces?
All right. Now, I'm going to tell you something. That son of a buck better be... How do you know? Here's my question. For $24, how do you know that stuff actually covers human scent?
You don't. You can't. Tell you what, you give me $12.99, you spend half of that. I'll kick you nuts. We'll call it a day.
Let's see.
I don't remember the name of the one that I
I'm
have.
trying to find.
It's the
I'm trying to
typical one.
find it real quick, and I can't find it. It's really making me mad. I just brought up their site too, and I'm not. This would take me a while, but anyway, it's really ridiculous what you got to pay for these scents, and they've got this new cedar scent that they've got out that you can spray on your clothes now with cedar. Now, cedar is usually a pretty strong smell. Now, let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
When you cut cedar open, you know how you can smell it right away.
Yep.
Have you ever smelled cedar in the woods around a cedar tree?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
This is what I'm getting at, is my point here. So, what's the cedar actually? Deer have never maybe really smelled the true smell of cedar.
I don't know, man. I mean, I have a bottle of acorn spray.
All right.
What the hell does an acorn smell like?
Have you ever smelled acorns in the woods?
No.
Now we're not a deer, so we can't smell 1,000 times more. But I'm just, my own thought and theory on this is, walnuts. Yes, I've smelled walnuts in the woods. I'm sure everyone has. You pick up a walnut, you can smell that smell, that strong smell from a walnut. Apple. 100% you can smell apple. Corn. At certain times of year, you can go down to our farm and the corn is actually cooking in the field. That's all you can smell is corn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just some of these scents don't make sense. What?
I bought it and I used the acorn. I don't know.
What is the strongest part? Do you think your feet are the most part that give odor away, or do you think it's your breath? Because I have seen a study on this.
That's a
Your
good
feet
question.
Or your breath? What do you think it is?
I mean, knowing what my boots smell like inside.
I do know the answer to this.
Tell me. I'm intrigued.
Your breath.
Really?
Your breath is the most dangerous of human scent given out. No matter how, you can have the most stinkingest feet in the world. Your breath is the worst.
So what you're saying is I should stop streaming my hunting because I'm talking pretty much the whole time.
Well, no. If you are hunting the wind, you should be fine, correct? You just said earlier that you're hunting the wind 99% of the time.
When I can, but when I'm streaming, I don't always have that luxury.
Right.
I have to hunt where there's service and signal, which doesn't always work either. Interesting.
Wait a minute.
It's an interesting.
TVG,
So not even if
it's not that I'm passionate about the scents. I don't know if they really make a difference.
Yeah.
That was my part in the beginning of this. I think most of this is to get us to buy all these items that I used to kill as many deer when I never used any of this stuff as I'm doing now. I don't know. I don't know if it's really, I've seen hunters out there take apples and rub all over their clothes. And I'm like, what the hell? Is it going to make a difference? Maybe. But I think that scent from that apple will be gone on them clothes within 20 minutes.
How many times have you spilled the doe estrus bottle on your hands or clothes when you're I've done it so many
By
times.
accident? Oh yeah, all the time.
And then you
All
go,
the
and then you
time.
do this, and you're like,
Yeah, oh, I know. Yeah,
so bad. And every year, I do it every year, no matter how careful I am. Oh, there goes my hands.
I don't know. I think if this stuff really, really, truly worked, there would be so many videos on it of the deer actually coming in and shooting them. And I mean, how many do you see? Now, I could take a video of a buck coming in and me shooting it, and me not using no scent. But then I pick, all right, Kelly Cakes. Kelly Cakes Outdoors. She's got the best doe estrus in the world for sale. And now I can brand to her and say, Kelly, I was using your brand when I killed this deer. Here's the video. You know? I do.
I do.
Yeah, Kelly. Didn't you know that?
Good job, Kelly. I want some.
We're Coombas, Kelly. We're like next door to each other here.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just think a lot of this is just marketing
for
money. Yeah, I really do.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna make a pact. I'm not gonna buy any sprays this fall. I'm going sprayless. I'm not gonna use.
Are you gonna go ozoneless?
Well,
come on now. If you're gonna do it right, like we used to, Todd.
Okay.
I will make a pact with you, and I'll do the exact same thing.
Okay. I'm not going to use my Sun Crusher this year.
Right. I won't use mine either.
Okay.
All right. So we will agree to disagree. We're going to not use any scents. We're not going to spray ourselves down.
We're agreeing to agree to agree.
Yeah, but disagree.
Are we disagreeing?
Yeah, because you don't use any deodorant. You stink.
Well, I got that natural musk.
So anyway, we're not going to use any spray. We're not going to use any cover-up spray.
Nope.
Now, are you going to use your tinks in that or not this year?
No, I'm going to use nothing.
No scent. We're going to be scentless.
Going no sense.
Bare ass naked in the woods.
I'll do that too. Instead of buying camo, I'm just gonna go naked, and then I'll just put black paint all over my body in stripes. I'll make my own camo on my body.
Well, don't do that. I don't think anyone would watch your channel if you're gonna do that.
Never know. Never know. As a matter of fact, I just got an email. Joker just subscribed as a tier 3 to my channel. Wow. That's how excited Joker is.
Is that right?
Yeah,
wow.
Tier 3.
Congratulations, Joker. He got excited.
Yeah. Thanks,
Have you ever seen Joker's blue underwear yet?
No.
I happen to be the damn lucky one, I guess.
I guess so.
I'll never be able to see right again.
Joker, I'm paying attention. I'm learning from the master who calls people out. So I'm calling Joker.
Oh my Lord.
Got to do it. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody for hanging out this week. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, Deer 30, ! Deer 30 in chat will get you the link. Cast in Camo 24 to get 24% off. 'Tis the season of hunting. You're probably a little too late for this fall, but it's always good to start planning early. And you can get the fall, you can get some winter wheat going. Absolutely. You can still plant some winter wheat. Get your orders in from Deer 30. You've also got Texas Select Seasonings, ! BBQ in chat will get you to that link. And Cast and Camo in all caps gets you 15% off of that website. And then, of course, I think I said CARC at the beginning. We also ! CARC in chat. That will bring you to the link and they've got their new boat coming out this fall, I believe. And we should probably, again, I keep saying this, but we should find our way down to that factory and get some stuff maybe this fall. maybe I'll come down, Eric. Maybe I'll come down. We'll do some catfishing and some carp fishing in the fall, and then we'll just keep trucking down to Arkansas. Why not?
10-4. Let's go.
Okay.
On my way.
Bring the meatloaf.
Bring the meat.
All right. We will see everybody next week. Thanks again for hanging out. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate you.
Yep. Thank you,
good,
Todd.
Be good at it.
That's right.
All right. We'll see everybody next week.
Good night, everyone.